Hey everyone, Suzanne Steiner, Beluga Whale Alliance's founder and president here. We're here along the banks of the 20 Mile River in our backyard of Cook Inlet, Alaska. We're here today to bring you an on-the-scene update on the stranded gray whale that's currently treading water in the shallow glacial river and what BWA is doing to help. The 20 Mile River flows approximately 20 miles down from the mountains, glaciers, and shimmering lakes at its source through prime national forest land and out into Cook Inlet's Turnagain Arm. It's one of our key beluga research and public viewing sites and holds a special place in our hearts because it's where we first began our shore-based monitoring of our endangered beluga whales. During larger tides of 28 feet or more, brackish tidewater floods the lower reaches of this river and raises the water level considerably. During certain times of the year and on these higher tides, our endangered beluga whales have been observed by fishermen upwards of 3 miles up this river, chasing runs of a freshwater, oil-rich fish called hooligan. Catching buckets full of these fish every spring is the goal of a popular form of subsistence fishing here in Alaska called dip netting. As part of our research, not only do we track belugas and other marine mammals' activity on this river, but we also encourage collaboration in their conservation with boaters and promote beluga-friendly boating practices. The whale has been treading water in a relatively deeper but still shallow channel about a mile upstream for at least the last 6 days. This whale likely swam into the river on a higher tide earlier this week. Unfortunately, whales bigger than belugas don't fit very well in shallow rivers like this with winding, narrow channels. And unfamiliar with navigating the extreme tides and narrow channels we have here in Turnagain Arm, it got stuck. Unfortunately, the heights of the tides this week have been on the lower side. So it'll likely be at least a few more days before there's enough water coming back in that hopefully this large gray whale can swim back out to the deeper waters where it belongs. Even though there's really not a whole lot, unfortunately, we can do right now other than wait for the tide to come back in, Beluga Whale Alliance is leading our own boots on the ground efforts to do what we can to help save this whale. We're making ourselves visible both at the boat ramp near the mouth area of the river and here on the shores near the whale to both monitor the whale's condition and keep it safe. This includes chatting with fishermen who are dip netting from shore and fishing from boats about what they can do to help the whale survive. If you're boating out on the river, please know that the water level is fairly low right now, making it even more dangerous for both the whale and people. If you must travel further than a mile upstream while the whale is still in the river, please use the greatest possible caution. And if you're operating a motorized boat during the busy fishing periods of the spring and the late summer and early fall, please exercise caution and know that whales, especially belugas, might be in the river even if you can't see them. Also, it's important to know to avoid approaching any whale you might see here in the river, as doing so constitutes illegal harassment according to the Marine Mammal Protection Act. Today, thankfully, the whale still appears active and is surfacing every 5 minutes or so. When a whale strands, it's a highly stressful situation for that animal, which is why if we can work together to reduce any human-caused stressors on the animal in this situation, like underwater or above ground noise and the potential for collisions, we might just save this whale's life. If you're a local here in our home region, thank you so much for your cooperation in helping us keep both people and whales safe in our shared human and beluga habitat. And for those of you tuning in from afar, you can help us stay hopeful and support a positive outcome for this whale by sending any positive vibes you can share to the shores of this glacial river here in Alaska.